Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is a video series I do every month where I track and update on our net worth. So we calculate our net worth in two different ways just for visual purposes. So the way that we rely on is calculating our net worth with the purchase price of our home rather than the current market value. So as I'm sure you know, market values have dramatically increased over the last several years. So just for a little bit of a reference, we purchased our home coming up on 3 years ago, and since then the value of our home has increased well over $100,000. Actually, maybe like $125,000 in that time frame. So we don't intend to sell our home, so that is why we use the purchase price rather than the current market value, because as you're going to see when I show the graph, it does drastically inflate the net worth, and we don't intend to sell and use that cash or pull out the equity in our home. So we like to be more conservative. So to jump into it, as I mentioned, we will calculate it both ways. The other numbers that we use, we pull all of the money, the numbers from the money that we have in like checking, savings, our retirement accounts. I do pull out a separate line item for real estate, but right now that's only the Fundrise platform and it's only like $2,000. So nothing drastic there. And then our only liability is our mortgage. We don't have any car payments or anything like that. Student loans, those are all paid off. So when we calculate it, we will sum up all of those assets, then subtract out that liability of the mortgage to come up with our net worth. So when we do it two ways, I'll do it the way people tend to prefer is using the current market value. So every month I get an email from Redfin. For whatever reason, our house doesn't show up on Zillow, but it shows up on Redfin. So the current market value for our house for this month is $550,000. So versus what we paid was $415,000. So as you can see, that is a very big difference. So when we sum up, we'll use that again, market value first, and then subtract out that mortgage. We end up with a net worth of $516,887. However, when we calculate it using our home price that we paid when we bought it of the $415,000, then we get and then subtract out the mortgage again, we get a net worth of $381,164. So you can see it is a big difference, but regardless of which one you look at, you can see that there is a trend line going up, which is what we want to see. So for a while when the market was really down, our net worth was really stable, decreased a little bit at one point, but as the market is starting to recover and we continue to contribute into these different funds on a monthly basis, it is starting to turn around and we are seeing those improvements. So I also track the progress from like month over month. So for actually the last 4 months in a row, we've been increasing versus there was many months when there was decreases. So over the last month, our net worth has gone up just shy of $10,000. So that is exciting to see that, you know, as we continue to contribute into our retirement accounts and things like that, that it is paying off and we are seeing those increases in our net worth. So this is something that I calculate on a monthly basis. I know a lot of people either don't do it at all or will do it on an annual basis. It all depends on your preferences. I do like the idea of an annual, so then it's a little bit more spread out because a lot can change over a year, and if you get discouraged easily on a month-to-month basis, like the past year, with the stock market, it can be a little bit deflating. But I also like to see that it is increasing. So, as I mentioned, over the last 4 months, we've ranged from as low as $5,300 increase to as high as over 11,000 in a month. So it all depends, again, on your preferences and how you like to look at your numbers. Again, it's more about making sure that you are doing the things that you are contributing to, your retirement and your savings and things like that, not going into further debt. So we will continue to track it on a month-by-month basis, because I do enjoy seeing that progress, and I particularly very visual, so I like to see it in my graph form. So that's going to do it for me. I'll be back again in August for another update. I hope you have a great month.